again. Thank you so much for joining me today. Learners, as people who search for knowledge, sometimes we come across something really, really important, but also aligned to a specific outcome or specific issue that is currently happening. And I came across an article that was written by, I can't remember exactly who, but it was on LinkedIn, who asked a very good question. What are some of the signs that I'm being laid off or I'm being placed on performance improvement? Below it, there was a long list of people sharing what are some of the specific signs or ways in which you can pick the signs that I'm being laid off or I'm being put on performance improvement plan. However, there was one outstanding comment by a gentleman who says that after years of working in HR at various companies in the US and in Europe, I've seen the same story play out behind closed doors more times than I can count. And then he goes on to say, I'm sharing this because I know how isolating it feels when someone or feels or something is off at work and you can't quite put a finger on it. Okay? So it goes on to say that here are some of the subtle or sometimes not so subtle signs that a layoff, a performance improvement plan might be coming. And then he listed them, which I'm going to do. However, I'm going to give you a counterintuitive tip that could actually help in such a scenario. So our list was 7 things that you're going to pay attention to. However, I only have 6 tips of 1 to 6. The 7th one, when I get there, you'll understand why I don't need to give you a tip. So here are the 7 signs that you are being laid off or you assume going to be laid off or you're being put on performance improvement plan. And then in each of these 7, the first 6, I'll give you a tip on how to handle something like that when that sign comes. Tip sign number 1, before I give you a tip, is your manager suddenly becomes overly positive, or positive I'm putting in quotes, or distant. In essence, they stop giving you real feedback. They give you vague statements like great work, but you left wondering what exactly was great in this work. And sometimes they can go really silent. You deliver something, they just go quiet. They don't say anything, they don't confirm receipt, they don't follow up, unlike what they were doing in the past. Either way, okay, whether it's a positive comment, quote unquote, or they go silent, either way, it's a red flag. Okay, so pay attention to change your behavior in terms of how they interact with you when you deliver work. So if such a scenario happens, what is the tip that I can advise you to do is ask for specifics. In essence, you can write, or if you have a good relationship with your manager or your supervisor, reach out to them and ask them, what is the one thing I could have done better this week? Then document everything. So what do I mean here? Once he's given you that feedback, follow up with an email confirming it. Thank you so much for the feedback you shared on doing this. I appreciate what you picked, and I hope the coming week I can keep getting better. So that is sign number 1. Your manager suddenly becomes overly positive or distant. Sign number 2, you're left out of meetings you used to be in. Decisions are made without you. Info gets filtered. People all of a sudden or slowly stop looping you in projects that you're involved in. This really sucks. And you get to see the guys you're working with, this basic project, moving on quickly. It's as if someone has told them, hey, something is coming, so don't share that, or get in touch with so and so. And when you ask, they say, oh, everything is going on well, we'll share with you, or don't worry, and then it's almost like they ghost you. So here, what can you do? So my tip, or the tip I can give you, is don't ask why you aren't invited if it's a meeting. What I can tell you is that start summarizing your work weekly and seeing a wider group. Okay? Make your value visible. Very crucial. All right? Sign number 3. Your scope is restructured or realigned. You're told it's not personal, just business. They'll say things like your role is being focused. Here is the translation, my friends. You're being quietly sidelined. Okay? That is sign number 3. So what can I advise you to do? A good tip here is start interviewing immediately. Don't wait for the formal conversation. When you see this, immediately start applying jobs. Immediately reach out to recruiters. Start interviewing. That's my tip for sign number 3. Sign number 4, HR schedules a quick check-in, quote unquote, and in it there is no agenda. You didn't request it. That's not a good sign at all. Okay? So what is a tip I can give you here? Assume it is serious. However, be calm, be curious, and be very brief when you're interacting with HR. And never say more than you need to. Okay? So sign number 4, HR schedules a quick check-in. There's no agenda. Okay? You didn't even request for it. Sign number 5, you are asked to create documentation for your work. This one is tricky because a good organization or a good team within an organization does this quite often because it encourages knowledge sharing. And the reason also they're doing knowledge sharing is because the assumption is if anything happens to one of us, someone needs to know what is going on. But here it is, if down deep under it feels out of nowhere or urgent, pay attention. So if it's something that you normally do casually, but this time you're being told it's urgent to deliver your work plan, what you do per week, what are you working on now, what are the status, and it's out of nowhere, pay attention. Okay? Here is my tip for sign number 5. Create the document, sure, but keep a copy for yourself. Then do the next best thing. Quietly prepare your portfolio and your resume. Change is coming. PIP is coming. Reorganization, getting laid off, it's on the way. Okay. Tip number 6. And this is very common. A very common sign is that you're being measured against vague or shifting goals. You feel like you're chasing a moving target. Suddenly your impact or visibility is being questioned with no clear matrices or metrics. This really sucks sometimes. So what is the tip here? Ask for your goals in writing. Literally. Okay? Shoot an email. Can you share with me what success looks like in writing so I can stay aligned? Simple. To your supervisor. Ask for your goals in writing. Literally. Okay? So for sign number 6, where you're being measured against vague or shifting goals, and you feel like you're chasing a moving target, suddenly your impact or visibility is being questions with no clear metrics, please go ahead and ask clear goals. Okay, and finally, the main sign that I don't have a tip for, and you'll understand why, is that your gut says something isn't right. Maybe the only tip I can give you here is trust it. Something feels off down deep under in your stomach. It's like there's something heavy coming. There's something off in this organization, this department. Trust that feeling. Okay, so those were the 7 signs that I thought were really, really creative from this writer. And if I shared them with you, maybe you will see something like this and start preparing yourself. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Most of us, or most people, we wait too long, hoping that maybe things are going to get better, the economy is going to improve, or I'm just being paranoid. And when that meeting hits the calendar, you'll find that it's too late. If any of this above feels familiar, don't panic. What I can ask you to do is act. Please do act. Okay? What do I mean by that? Quietly get your materials in order. Okay, start reactivating your networks. Document your wins every week. Get everything you do, everything, every query, every interaction you're having in writing. Please, and the last one, do not wait for that official signal. If you've seen any of this, it has already been decided, or at least it has happened. Okay. So that is all I'm going to say in this episode. However, listen, you're not alone, or the only one going through something like this, or something like this has already happened to you, or if not you, someone. It's already happening to someone right now as I speak to you. Now, this happens to smart, highly performing people every single day in the corporate world. Again, I want to repeat that it's clear that this happens to smart, highly performing people every single day. The game isn't always fair. The capitalistic nature of business and life isn't also fair, but once you learn the rules, you can play them or play this system differently. Stay ready. Stay grounded. You've got this. Here is the truth. It's coming. Be ready. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Again, visit synergyunpacked.substack.com for more articles and exciting things that I write there also. Until next time, thank you so much and goodbye.